So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from Tampa. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here comes the Ravens on offense and the man in charge. The former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Here's Jackson to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed it up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7. Jackson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers from 17 yards out. And the Ravens are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull?
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Was shot right, 70 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Charles, they had 6 DBs out there. They were thinking pass. They surprised him with a long run.
I wonder if they saw that and just checked to it. Maybe had an audible and said, you know something, against 6 defensive backs, let's run the football. Let's get our big guys downfield and match up with the littler guys and see if we can create some space. And not only did they create space, they created a path all the way to the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They begin with a run by Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Again, it's Smith. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Pass out left finds Johnston. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action here on 1st down. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. A first down carry for Smith. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Smith. And he'll take this one down to the 36. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The offense on 3rd down tonight? No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 9.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season. Ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And this pass caught by Gray. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll try the right side here with Smith. To about the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They go play action now. Jackson. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And running with power here.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2nd and 7.
Alert! Alert! Hey! Check! Bronco switch!
They stay on the ground with White. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
That's going deep for Bateman.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line.
The Ravens offense and receiver Zay Flowers set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he rifles one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now a give, right side. Keys. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep for Walker. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Jackson. Yeah, he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from a yard out.
And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing to start the drive.
Cody got Patterson on a quick slant here.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Off play action. Cody. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. He completes it right side to White. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. Back to throw again.
Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, not the best 1st half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the 2nd half.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
So we reach halftime in what's been a
look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line.
Moore, the motion man right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Mayfield now.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes.
And it'll be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground. Keys, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 3rd and 4. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that will be incomplete. Getting a hand on that throw and breaking it free, Richie Grant. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
1st down, and they'll start with Algier.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
More the motion man right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
To throw, Mayfield. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Defense. Who is this against?
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Handing it off, right side, Algier.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. 66 yards.
And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And the coverage coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a handoff up the middle. Keys, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 1.
Up the middle they go. It's Carroll.
Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. That is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. A read option. Here's Algier.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Another completion, right back to Patterson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 4.
Mayfield to throw it. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. In motion, Patterson. Mayfield looks to throw.
Dumps this one off to Algier. And he is going to have a Bucs first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That's good for a Tampa Bay. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake.
He's got this to Algier.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. Now we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Moore, the man in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Moore, the motion man right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
This ball complete to Durham.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. This one left side caught by Patterson. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. Payne Durham. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So that drive, 4 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. That one looks like he'll throw here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Ravens have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we bid you good night from Tampa.